What is going on, guys? Panther here, and we are bringing you our DPL player introduction. So, let's talk about it. A lot of you guys who follow the Draft League community pretty closely probably were in attendance that morning of the DPL player auction. So, let's just start at the beginning. So, a few weeks back, I decided to apply for the DPL as a captain and decided to get one of the APA's better battlers, Jacob as always, to co-captain with me and go into this. So, the past week or so, we had kind of formulated a total team plan of what we were going to try to accomplish going into this. There was over like 300 and some applicants for the DPL. So I spent a lot of time going through that list and picking out names of people that I've heard in the community, that I've seen perform well in leagues, or that I just know are good battlers overall. Some may have competed in some of the APA leagues before. Some I know are in some of the top tier leagues, such as LD or Hive. So, yeah, I did my homework scouting a lot of these guys, and going into the draft, I kind of set a cap of what I had in mind on some of the top tier players that were across the board, in my opinion. So my plan going into this was to drop maybe 30k, 35k or so on either Zazo or Jolt. So I knew Gypsy. I would love to have had Gypsy on my team. Don't get me wrong. I just had a feeling he was going to be a little bit out of my price range for what I wanted to accomplish with this draft. I wanted to pick up like a Jolt or a Zazo, pick up like Moran Varan next. I know he went for like 30k last season, 29k, something like that. So I wanted to leave funds flexible and available to really form a balanced team. And then for my in-depth picks, pick up a couple buddies from the APA in Silver and Steven, and just try to really go in this season. So we got to the draft morning. Of course, I did have Gypsy marked on the sheet. And walking into this, I definitely wanted Gypsy. So don't get me wrong. We wanted to bid on Gypsy. I did not want to overpay for one player in particular, and end up getting the team a complete drop off from it. So yeah, we that morning of the draft, we were in round one, and a couple of I think the first player that got nominated was Bronson. I don't know too much about Bronson. But the chat was going wild. I do know that. Let's see, the next player up was Pokey Aim. I definitely would have liked to had as well on the team, but was not willing to pay top dollar for him when I had my eyes on Gypsy, if I could get him cheap enough, Jolt or Zazo. Zazo was really probably the primary one I was looking at. I know he's been out of the game for a little bit, but he was one of the best back when he was playing. And then Jolt, very, very consistent as well. He's a very good player. I've played him once and lost, I believe, but he's someone I watch frequently. So I know he is very good. Anyways, so Gypsy finally rolls around, and the prices are going 30, 31k. Me and Jacob were in a voice call during this, mind you. 35k, 38k, 40k, goes to 41k, and we're talking about that we won them. But I'm saying in the chat that he's looking to be out of our price range, and then Jacob says, "I want him," and it drops to 60, and then immediately I'm just like, "Oh, Jacob, what happened?" So I don't know if Jacob understood completely how the bidding process worked to start that. So, ideally there we would go up by 0.5, so like 41.5, 42, 41.5 with the draft cycles. But we made a big mistake there as a team, and yeah, we ended up paying a hefty premium for the king. Now, Gypsy is the undisputed top draft league player. Let's not get that wrong. No, I mean I don't think there's anybody that has quite as many accomplishments as Gypsy does. Gypsy's definitely the best player I've ever faced. Yeah, he deserves being the top player in the draft in my opinion. John W went for 53.5K, and I don't know too much about John. I don't know too much about the ultra competitive battlers in the community. I have not ever been in a league like the Hive or LD or anything like that. Now, I've played some top talent in my opinion. I've played Gypsy, I've played Aki, I've played people like Hiker before as well. So I know I've played top tier guys. I've played Jolt. So I do have confidence in my ability to compete at this level. But people like from the Hive or LD, I don't have too much knowledge about, to be completely honest. So there very well could be guys that are on the same skill level. So we'll have to see how that goes here in the tournament. But I know Gypsy. I've built teams with Gypsy before. I've mocked with Gypsy. I know the type of dedication that this guy puts in. I know he's going to be a huge asset for the team no matter what. So we've got to make the best do with what happened, with what we had, with the miscommunication, to say the least, between me and Jacob here, and spending half of our budget. So yeah, it happened. So we're gonna move past it as a team, and we're gonna do our best to compete here this season, nonetheless. So I know a lot of people don't expect a lot from us. I don't know, what guys are saying or what they're not. I know it's a huge meme now, the 60K, but we're like I said, we're gonna make do with what we have, and we're gonna do our best to compete here this season. So we've got Gypsy. That was 60K of our 120K budget. So a lot of my guys I was going for just completely disappeared. I was there with that one. So like I said, I really planned on trying to get Moran here in this draft. I know Moran is a very good battler. So that kind of went out the window there with that. But there was a lot of other guys on my list that we ended up getting that I know are really good battlers. So we couldn't make a bid there for a little while. We were getting, players were going for anywhere in between 12 to 25 to 30K. And it just didn't fit the range. As you can see right here on the V Creators beside us, they ended up getting Jolt for a very solid 31K. And I don't know a lot of these other guys like Ace of Games. I know Lapis talks very highly of him. Moxie is someone that Gypsy's talked very highly about, along with Sky as well. But in my opinion, that looks to be a very balanced team next to us. And then you look back at ours, and it's like, oh, rip. But anyways, so we got Pesky next. I know Pesky competes in LD. He's competed in a couple of the APA tournaments, and I know he's a good performer there. I've seen him battle before. And so I know he's solid. So other people bid on him. We got him for 9.5K. I think that was a really good value. Along with Nunez too. I know for a fact Nunez is good. I know he competed with Gypsy last season on his team. I think he went 2-2 overall. But I know he's a good battler. I've played against him before. I know he performed well in the TTM tournament as well. So I know those were two guys that I had my eye on going into this. So now that is where it stops for the next couple picks. So Ricardo is one of Gypsy's friends, and we were basically looking for value here at this point in the draft. We had to get some guys that have a lot of potential. They have the ability to be top performers, but other teams maybe spin out at this point, can't afford them, or just aren't interested in bidding on them for whatever reason. So Ricardo is one of Gypsy's friends, someone that he spoke very highly of. So we ended up putting a bid in on him and picking him up. That goes for Mustang as well. That is someone I've also heard his name throughout the community. I guess he's been around for a while, but again, don't know too much about Mustang. Silver Smasher, that is one of my good friends from the APA. He is kind of new to this scene, as am I. But Silver's going to be a guy that performs really well. I can promise you that. If there's anybody that I have a lot of faith in, that is Silver. And I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. People are going to be like, "Who is this guy?" But for 5K, getting a performer like Silver, I just know that's going to be a really good value pick. People are going to be surprised with his performance. Orosco 87, that's somebody else that Gypsy recommended, along with Junior as well. So Junior is in the APA server, so I've heard the name there. I think he competed in the APA tournament as well. So that's a name I'm familiar with, but I don't know too much about those guys as battlers. But I know Gypsy said that they're solid, so we're gonna use that to the best of our ability there. And then Steven Thurston, that is one of my friends from the APA as well. He is one of our better battlers, so he is somebody that we picked up for some value as well, that I have some high expectations for. So guys, we're left with 3.5K as a leftover budget. I think we probably would have been better served by maybe combining some of these guys for 5K and going after somebody for 10. But I know there's a lot of guys that were left on the draft board that I was talking to some of my friends about later, some of my friends from other teams that we could potentially look at picking up mid-season, just looking at our performance. So if it comes to that, it'll definitely come to that. We're in this to try to compete. We're trying to compete as best as we can here. I would have loved for it to win a different way, but it didn't. Like I said, it is what it is. It's not something I ever would have done, spending 60K. But as the captain overall, it's my responsibility, so that falls on me. So, like I said, we're gonna do the best we can with it. We're gonna come out swinging. So, we're okay being the underdogs. I've watched a couple of the other guys' takes on it. In particular, John W's. I think he made a really great video. Really just breaking down each team, and gave me a lot of insight to each team as well. That who's really good, who may need some work, who's inconsistent, and he brings up a good point. It's going to be tough for us to win if Gypsy isn't able to hold his own and pull his. But like I said, hopefully we're able to surprise some people. Like I said, I don't know all of these guys on my squad, but we're going to make the best of it. This is our first shot here, kind of in the ultra competitive draft league community, and we're going to make the most of it here. So yeah, that's the team here for the first part of the season until mid-season, and we'll kind of take a reflection. We're going to be posting videos weekly to the channel, of course, of the battles. I don't know if I'll do just my battle individually or just kind of run down the team battles week after week just to kind of recap the team. I, of course, won't be competing each week because me and Jacob will end up taking turns, just really based on our availability there that week. But yeah, really excited for it. I was really hyped for the bidding overall. It was a really cool experience. It just kind of blew my mind there in the first round. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, really looking forward to this. We're working on our teams for Oris and Ultrasun Ultramoon as we speak. So, more information to come soon. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content. Hit the sub button down below if you want to keep up with Crit City content here this season. And really looking forward to bringing you this to the channel. Thank you so much, guys.